In the previous discussion up here about what layers do, I mentioned at layer 4 that we chunk data up and we call them segments. I want to expand on that a little bit. When we add the header, such as the sequence numbers and so on, as we chunk it up into these chunks, we call that a segment. But then as soon as we add the IP address as a header and the rest of the things that go into that header, we now call it a packet. And then we encapsulate it again with some local addressing information as well as a footer with some error checking stuff. Now we call it a frame. And then finally, of course, we break it up into individual bits and send it across the wire or across the air. These terms here, segment, packet, and frame, are very specific terms. And whenever I or somebody uses these terms, frame, packet, or segment, you need to be able to mentally tune in to exactly what layer we're talking about and what headers are on that particular chunk of data. Now, one more little bit of caution here. The word packet has become a popular generic term for these chunks of data. Now actually the word is a PDU, or protocol data unit. That's the generic term, but in popular usage we often use the term packet. As a matter of fact, you may remember way back up here early in the notes when we talked about the milestones, we said packetization. In other words, chunking a message up. So you can see there that the word packet is sort of a generic term. But we want to be more specific in our course. When we talk about packets, we're talking about layer 3. Okay, so that's it for protocol data units. Next, we're going to take a look at some of the equipment involved at these various layers.